Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Weller. Oh. You created influencer boxing.
We started, it was just in a gym.
We owe you a thank you. All of us.
How about a couple $1 million? How about that?
What happened when you fought KSI, bro? What the
KSI doesn't fight like a fighter. He's a fucking crackhead.
Now you can ask me the same question.
Yeah, bro. So I went to a WrestleMania. Fucking Triple H kicked me out.
What?
He was like, who's this fucking YouTuber?
Oh my God.
I'm playing at fucking Wembley Stadium on Saturday. You're on my team. We should do like a celebration. If we score, you can fucking suplex me onto the pitch.
That's such a good idea.
I was dead set against the idea of going to like a dodgy massage parlor. Anyways, there I am in Phuket, Thailand. I was convinced that this was a female. I made the ultimate error.
Konnichiwa.
You guys just getting today?
Yeah.
Yeah, today, bro.
Pretty wild, huh?
And how many other pods have you done today?
Just one?
Just one. Aspinall. Thomas Aspinall.
UFC fighter, right?
Yeah.
Sick.
You familiar?
So he was meant to come on my podcast, but didn't in the end.
Damn.
Not sure why. But we got Drew McIntyre on instead.
Oh, sick.
So that's coming up.
Also a huge guy. It's not out yet?
No, yeah.
How was he in person?
Well, Drew McIntyre, we haven't done it yet. We're waiting.
Oh.
When you guys come to do Raw in London, like that's when we're doing it.
No way.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never like took him as anyone who actually could like speak sentences in full, complete length.
Really? Do you
He's
actually get familiar with like all the guys behind the scene? Like, do you actually get to know them?
No.
No.
Wait,
What's it like? You just get out there and just do it, and you actually don't actually know if you can trust this person.
It's like
Some of them you become friends with.
okay. So at the end of the day, you put a bunch of like it's like school. It's basically like school, right? And in school you have like your cliques, and some people you don't really get along with, and some people you really get along with. Like some of the guys backstage, like Stu, the cameraman, the CEO of Camera 4, I think. Camera 6, bro. Like me and this guy just butt heads, bro.
Wait, is that not the one that John Cena really likes?
Yes, him. Yes, fucking Stu, bro. He assaulted me. He hit me. He hits me. Well, he hit me once, but I'm sure he'll do it again. And I'm collecting evidence, bro. But dude, enough about my bullshit. Well, it's not bullshit. WWE is the greatest job ever. Thanks. Please don't fire me. Joe.
Yes.
Dude, I am so happy you're here.
Me too, bro. I listened to this show. I'm a fan. I followed your whole career. Fucking live for this show, Joe. I live for this. I love it.
We are excited to have you.
And we're fans too.
Huge fans, dude.
Well, I mentioned to him a couple minutes ago. It's like, bro, you're the architect of all this shit. Think about how many podcast hours of viewing time on Tyson versus Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, any of the Pauls, all the way back. We're talking about fucking years. Could any of this evolution of YouTube and creator, could any of it have happened without Weller?
No, I don't think so. So I'm gonna do it. I need a proper little.
Yeah, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Weller.
Let's go.
Some people are saying you're the founder of influencer boxing. You created influencer boxing.
That is fucking mental, isn't it? Yeah. Like the fact that, I mean, seeing where it is, bro. Like we started, it was just in a gym, right? It was just in a gym. Me and my friend, have you seen it? Malfoy?
Yeah. Theo
Baker. Yeah. We called him Malfoy. It was meant to just be like a one-off off the back of McGregor Mayweather.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We saw what they did, and obviously it was popping at the time. So we were like, yeah, of course. Yeah, let's do a YouTube video. No one else is doing that shit. Let's go. And then when JJ commented, I was like, boom, this could be something fucking massive. We're not going to do a video. Let's do an arena. Let's do an arena. And he tried to obviously he wanted to not do that. He wanted to fight like Road to Shore, Harry from the Sidemen instead. And I just knuckled down and just I did not let him get away with it. And I just thought it could be something massive, but I did not think it would go where it's gone, for sure.
I mean, it's gone ape shit, dude. Like we owe you a thank you, all of us.
How about a couple $1 million? How about that?
Do you feel like you deserve a royalty check?
Yes. I mean, I wish I put like a little 2%. Like just in anything that's off the back of this in the YouTube world. Imagine.
Man, 2% would be a lot. You would have a lot of money. I mean, bro, this has churned out millions and millions and millions of dollars in pay-per-views, in sponsorships, in career growth for individuals, for Logan, for Jake, for KSI, for so many people, and continues to even spin off now. I mean, you see it moving into the streaming world with what Aiden's doing with brand risk and all of these different things. It's absolutely insane to imagine that 5 or 6, probably 6 years ago, maybe this didn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild. And I can like, obviously some people shit on it. Obviously it's understandable. Like obviously people that work so hard to be a boxer, and then you've got YouTubers come along, like, and ultimately it does come about like who can sell tickets and who can sell pay-per-views, and like that's many industries are like that. But I can see why it would annoy, you know, the people that have dedicated this their whole life, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But
it's insulting. Like we just come along and some of us look like idiots fighting out there, and yet like we're getting more people to tune in than people who have spent their whole lives training for this thing. Are you someone who follows the sport more for the entertainment aspect of it, like that, like a YouTuber brings, or are you watching for the pugilistic boxing technique?
Since doing my fight and like honestly like not knowing how to box, it made me get so into the actual sport to want to actually see how these guys managed to do it. Because when I got out there, bruv, and I absolutely froze and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, I was like, how? I could not see how these guys get out there and do what they do and just stay so composed and deliver. So I fell in love with the sport after that, and just, yeah, man, I've been a huge fan ever since. But I don't really watch the influencer stuff, if I'm honest.
Unlike the big ones you watch.
Well, of course, if it's Jake,
yeah,
if it's KSI, but like, I don't watch too much like Misfits.
Do you consider Jake Paul to be an influencer boxer right now?
Kind of no, because he's not fighting influencers. Yeah, he's not fighting like prime boxers, but he's not fighting influencers. It's not just a circus, right? To an extent, the Tyson thing maybe was, but like, yeah, like I wouldn't class Jake Paul as just an influencer boxer now.
Do you consider KSI to be an influencer boxer? Wow.
Yeah, I do, and I think that is an issue between that fight happening. Like both guys, like low key, they'll both have insecurities, I think, where they're not 100% sure. Like Jake's going against boxers, like people that do fighting. KSI doesn't fight like a fighter. He's a fucking crackhead.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up, bro. That geezer gets in the ring and you're literally like, I'm not standing across from a geezer. I'm standing off, he's a monster. And I think there's an element like Jake's like, I don't know what this guy's going to do to me. And then JJ, I think, will be thinking like, well, shit, he is going against fighters. He has been doing this like more seriously than me, you know? Maybe he is better. And I feel like both guys don't want to give anything away because there is the unknown, but fucking make it happen, guys.
Let's go.
Like, come on.
Well, you saw what happened the first time that those two styles clashed, obviously in, you know, Logan and JJ, right? And not to say that, you know, Jake is clearly a better boxer.
Oh, shit.
Jake is clear. You know what? Fuck that. Jake is clearly a better boxer than Logan.
Damn.
He has devoted his life to it. Logan would moonsault, frog splash, double, backhand him off of a rope. We get it. You guys both went in different directions. Jake has devoted his life to boxing. Similarly to Logan, though, his move is his power, his sheer power. And you saw JJ being capable of beating down that power with that strange crackhead brawling tactic. And so it is a very interesting thing. Now, that said, Jake has fought UFC fighters. He's fought people with unorthodox and unconventional fighting styles, and he's won those fights. Right?
Look, I'm working on it, Joe. I'm trying so hard. There's a weight problem at the moment.
Who's fat?
Jake's technically the fat guy.
Yeah, but like, JJ's put on so much weight though. Like,
yeah, but he fights lighter than they're bro. It's a disaster.
Okay, wait, but is Jake doing that intentionally? Like, you as his brother, do you know if he's going? If I just go so heavy that JJ,
there's no way he's purposely staying fat.
Of that?
No, he genuinely believes that he's kind of like above the influencer boxing, and he, like you, classifies KSI as still an influencer boxer.
So won't fight him for that reason, even though like that's the fight that everyone actually wants.
That is partially correct. Like, he won't go down to a weight where he's genuinely uncomfortable just to satisfy like a YouTube audience. Cause like, dude, like, you know, he just had one of the biggest viewed sporting events in history. Like, his head is just elsewhere.
But do you not think, like, looking at him fighting at that heavy weight, like, surely that's not his actual like ideal weight to fight at?
I told him, I said, cause he won't go to 190. The weight was, I think, 192.5 that he was comfortable with. And I said, bro, that means you understand? You can never fight at 190, no matter what, anyone ever. And he said, yeah, I'm never going that low again. He's big now. He's bigger, dude. He's a thick fucking tattooed beast.
Horizontally grows.
He grows like this.
Yeah, in that direction.
He was when I sparred him. Obviously, went to his house. I was surprised at how fucking hell. Think back to then. I was surprised at how dense he was. Like, as in just thick, fucking like.
Yeah, he's thicker
like,
now.
Really?
Puberty hit him like last year.
And he's not taking any like steroids, is he?
No. I mean, he gets tested and it's always negative. I feel like 10, 11 fights in, you'd probably get caught at this point.
I mean, but the way boxers seem to always come out, like someone else is always getting found out. I'm like, is everyone just secretly on it? Like, if you've got fucking millions of dollars, surely you can invest that in covering it up. No,
I would lean on WADA and VADA to like do their job.
Yeah.
What?
What sounds?
WADA and VADA?
Yeah, just ridiculous.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if what testing pool is Conor in? USADA?
Well, Conor Ben or Conor McGregor?
Conor McGregor.
Oh, I'm not into.
I think it's USADA.
UFC left USADA recently.
Oh, they did leave USADA? So I don't know. But regardless, yeah, what happened when you fought KSI, bro? What the fuck? Because dude, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I was certain you were gonna win. Like, I very naive of me to just like assume, but you're like, you had like the muscles and stuff, and at the time he was like on the chubbier side, still like the FIFA gamer. And then I think there was like a shove. There's a shove at an event, and I was really into it. And then Joe, what happened out there?
Yeah, bro. So like at that point of the press conference when that shove was happening, like I was in my absolute prime. Like literally, like I hadn't done any boxing training. And by prime, I mean like mentally, I was just like, I am fucking unstoppable. Like I was standing in his crowd. This was his show. And I was like, I'm going to fucking dominate you. I don't give a fuck. And I was just on it. And it was like, I did the boxing training with arguably like one person was my mum's personal trainer and the other was like someone that, you know, may or may not have sold narcotics in the area. And, you know, not necessarily like the most professional boxing coaches. And I think just like I trained for 10 months and it just fucking wore me down. Took all my confidence, didn't have any belief in my ability. And I just got to fight night. Like, I cannot wait for this to be over. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I was just brawling every day in sparring, not learning anything. I didn't know how to punch. I didn't know anything really. Just fighting every day in the gym, and it got to fight night and it just fucking showed, bro. Like I got there and I was just like a deer in headlights. Why
did you not set yourself up for success more?
I thought I was, and I clearly just got it so wrong. Like I was like, I'm gonna trust these people. These people clearly like they work in boxing. I don't, and I just got the wrong fucking guys. I'll be real. I take responsibility for myself. Like regardless of the training, I should have still been able to turn up on fight night, fucking throw a punch at least. Do you know what I mean? I didn't do any of that, and it haunted me for years, bro. Like. It was the worst night of my life by far.
Hell yeah! Now you can ask me the same question.
Yeah, bro. Because the thing is, I wouldn't say it was too much to do with anything that he did. It was more of like I was defeated before I even turned up. Now, was it the same with you, or would you say that he?
No, that was his excuse too. He used the same shit.
No, I woke up. I sneezed 3 times.
Three
it was
times.
Over.
Not twice. 3 times.
Fuck. Well, should I tell you what something that I feel affected me as well? I had a big wank the night before. And I actually think that takes it out of your system.
Does, hell yeah.
Wait,
it does.
Yeah,
wait, can you put me in this situation really quickly?
What?
You're locked in. It's the night before fight night.
Yeah, I couldn't get to sleep. You know it knocks you out. You know it sends you to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what I was just trying to get to.
That is a crazy.
I was just trying to get to sleep, and it just fucking it just takes all your energy, man.
Takes your legs out. You're not supposed to release. They say unless you live in a barn, you know that WWE is hotter than ever, and John Cena is now the bad guy. Oh my God, you will not want to miss the action live and in person with over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek, including concerts, sporting events, music festivals, and of course, Raw, SmackDown, and even WrestleMania. Yeah. They put all the tickets across the web in one place to make sure you're getting a good deal, and each ticket is graded to make sure you get a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return
with swaps. You can actually return your tickets ahead of time with swaps, okay? That's what he's trying to say. You know I came through for you guys. Use my code Logan10 for 10% off your tickets at SeatGeek. We'll repeat that.
That's 10% off your purchase with the promo code Logan10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Shout out SeatGeek. Back to the show. My coach called it building your batch before the fight.
You had a wet dream, didn't you?
Bro, because the batch building backfired. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I had it nutted 30 days. I'm 3 days out from the fight, bro. Wild dream. Next thing you know, dude, it was horrible. Like I'm like, first off, I'm like 22 and I'm having a full-on wet dream. It was, Mine was completely Jack Reese's fault, I'll be honest with you. The referee who took away 2 points from me.
Because I was commentating your fight, right? I was ringside, Sky Sports. And I remember like that happening, and everyone, all of even like the legit commentators that have watched this for years were like, we cannot believe what we're seeing. Yeah. Like that was just wrong. I don't know why he did that.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because God had a plan for me.
You reckon? You reckon?
Mm-hmm. I think so. That night, I remember I lost by that one point. I was like, I didn't feel defeated. I was like, that was weird. That just feels weird. Like, I didn't have a good day either. I kind of turned up a little sick. We joke about the 3 times thing, but just under the weather, not really like feeling myself that day. Kind of like half-assed my way through the fight. Got an uppercut, I don't know, and I just felt like I knew something was going to come out of it. But do you think and I guess it was Prime, which, now is my baby and I love it. I'm so blessed to be a part of this company. Mm-hmm. Do you think if you had beaten KSI, do you think me and you would have started Prime?
Bro, imagine. I wouldn't be surprised. You wanna know why? Because we're both into wrestling. And I feel like there would have been an element if we go down. I was popping the wrestling videos. And it's like, now you in WWE, if we went in tag team champions, you never need, you know what I mean?
It would have been crazy.
Fucking mental.
Nah, I know that. Bro. I'm gonna be honest, that shit would have failed, dude.
Why?
100%.
Why?
I don't know, dude. It just wouldn't have worked.
Because I'm not black.
No, it's partially because of that. It is partially because of the interracial mix, but it's also just because, I don't know. I have no rationale for it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not you. It's you too.
Right.
That would have failed miserably, like a crashing rocket ship. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's right. I was telling the boys this the other day. Sorry, bro. We could start a different company.
That's okay, bro.
Wrestling related, like wrestling headgear or something.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I was telling the boys this the other day. Occasionally in life, you get lucky enough with something where it seems that everything makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It hasn't happened a lot for me.
Lightning in a bottle, you call it.
Yeah, basically. And again with that KSI loss, I was like, that feels weird. I'm just gonna sit and see if this is good or bad. Then this came out, and it was something where I felt everything went perfect in a way that I was so unfamiliar with, because all the turbulence in my life, and then I'm seeing the numbers, and even, bro, the name Prime, in your prime, I'm primed up, it just, everything was so perfect, and I did feel like God had a greater plan for me in mind, and
I do believe that we often get success, or we get the results of something at a far different point at which we're expecting it. So you may think, put in this work here, get a result there, but in reality, like you say, you may have got that loss, but that was actually the fuel that has created something far bigger later down the line. And I think a lot of people give up and think oh, I've had a failure, that's it, end the road. When really, if you keep going, that may be just the start of something that's going to come far bigger. And mate, that's a prime example, literally.
I'm so blessed for it.
Yeah.
To reciprocate that, do you feel like you have had anything like that happen from a low point or something like that in your life?
I mean, I definitely think going through the turbulence of the whole like fighting stuff, like that obviously knocked me to the ground. But in terms of like building myself up to be a better human being, to reestablish all the relationships that I've now had to within the YouTube space and in my career, like that, without the loss, without going through everything and getting humbled in the way that I did, I believe I would have gone down a path of thinking I'm unstoppable, I'm bigger and better than everyone. I definitely have narcissistic tendencies. And I think, yeah, like getting humbled, I'd say is the biggest way to actually learn. And I think, yeah, that's what I'd say more than anything. But I wouldn't say there's a direct, like, I've created this product.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have like tail ended that question comparing it to Prime. I'm just saying, like, yeah, any like personal improvements or something where, because like you kind of mentioned, whenever I'm in a valley and I feel like, and it always seems to happen this way, like the momentum is either like really in your favor or not. When it rains, it pours. Yeah. Certainly feels like that in my life. I know it does for you as well. Just weird how it happens. Man, I always just try to remember that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And every time I do make it out of the tunnel and I'm trudging through the mud and it's dark, when I get to the end and I made it out, I feel so much stronger of a human.
Bro, I think like when you're going through that shit, it's overcoming that actually builds you. So like for me, it's even if it's like sleepless nights, like I've gone through periods of just having pure insomnia.
It potentially is the worst thing ever. Like people talk about diet, gyms, this and that. Not sleep. Like even today, like I texted him today and said to him like, yo, I didn't sleep on the plane. We land, we got to get right to work. I'm like, now 36 hours in, no sleep or even longer than that. And it's like, that is the worst thing. Yeah. That is worse than anything else.
Being able to turn up and do your job regardless, that builds character in the mind. It's like, I had nothing in the tank. I still turned up and I fucking performed and did a good job. But that's now giving me more for when I next go into something and I might be sick or something else might not be ideal. I've like built character, builds confidence. You don't get confidence from just like things going easy and getting it right. I had a perfect sleep, turned up, did a good job, obviously. It's like you get it from when you go through the mud and you have to overcome shit. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's why like I threw myself into solo traveling. Like I just went, I was a low point a year ago in the winter and it was like, let me go to the other side of the world. Let me go to the Philippines by myself, just fucking see what happens and have to like fend for myself. I think that's why I did like the Amazon rainforest documentary with like no help. It was just with indigenous hunters. It's like survive. And I wonder if the human brain, like we actually need a level of like obstacles and like things to overcome in order to actually feel like stimulated in the right way.
1,000 you just hit like 3 things that we have to talk about all of them, but the last thing is very important. Every single thing that I've ever created in my life, whether it's the book, whether it's moving and doing this with him or anything, has all come from a place of desperation. I think there's different types of people in the world. I think some people are motivated by inspiration. They're inspired to create something from an idea that there's an inception of this idea in their head. Others are fueled by desperation. For me, when you put my back against the wall and I start really feeling like shit's closing in on me, that's when I'm going to go and do something special. And so I think it depends on the type of person you are. What type of people did you run into in the Philippines?
Philippines, bro. Well, I mean, the indigenous people, bro. Like, Filipinos aren't actually like Asian.
Well, you really never know what you're going to get there. You know what I'm saying?
I got a baby nurse. She's Filipino.
Wait. What do you mean you never know what you're going to get? Oh, wait, you're talking about like LadyBoys.
Yeah, we have.
You said it, not me. I mean,
we have a song.
Oh fuck! We have to
I have a song for you. No, we heard. Yeah. Tell me if this song makes you feel any type of way.
Hold up, wait. If I've been a LadyBoy, am I still straight? Let's have a competition, get the measuring tape. Bangkok, yeah, I do it for the gang. I'm up in the city in a tuk-tuk. Made me put.
Kind of goes hard. Oh fuck yes! So in Thailand, I made the ultimate error. We all fucking dread this, Logan.
I know. I hear about these stories. I'm so happy I get to hear one right now.
So I was dead set against the idea of going to like a dodgy massage parlor, but like this local soccer player, right? This local footballer, he was like, mate, just give it a go. They're really good. They're really professional at what they do. And like, they're really good at fucking wanking you off. So I was like, fuck, fine. I'll indulge in the culture. And I went, and it was fantastic. And it was a female, and it was fantastic. And now at this point, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go again. I know this how it works now. Like, let's go. Anyways, there I am in Phuket, Thailand. And I get roped in, thinking, oh, it's just another female. Oops, let me just go again. Fuck it. And yeah, here we go. I check the hands. Logan, they're small hands. I checked the Adam's apple. There's no Adam's apple.
Yeah.
I was convinced that this was a female. Anyways.
When did you realize? Was it too late?
Bro, like...
Was it the calluses?
Bro,
Damn.
Do they
I'm a
bench
good
press?
man, all right? But but yeah, I just started getting touched in a certain way, and then they started removing their clothes to engage in things that maybe are not so professional. And yeah, just got a glimpse of this tiny cock in this really bushy mound, like bush, tiny cock. And it was literally like heart drop. What the fuck? This is God. I was like, this is God going, there you go, mate. You fucking dirty wanker. Like, what are you doing? And it fucked me up. Like, I lost all my sex drive for like 6 months after that.
Oh my God.
Bro.
That's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
So how was he?
I didn't fuck. I didn't fuck him.
Damn. So okay, wait. So this is like a huge thing there, obviously.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, there's like it's like a majority situation.
Your
Like,
story
there's-
isn't uncommon.
No, and that's the thing. I was like, I'll never get fucking fooled by that. Like, we think we can tell, right? But bro, I'm telling you, the men and women out there, you wouldn't be able to tell. You genuinely wouldn't be able to tell.
I have a close story myself
Yeah.
from Los Angeles.
Oh,
You
ooh.
may know this early on because you can't tell. You can't fucking tell. Some of these people are incredible in their witchcraft. I was at a club called Warwick, and I saw this, large tittied woman. And at one point in my life, that was my thing, dude. I was really into like that really fake look.
Yeah.
At one point.
At one point.
So anyway, so I see this, like wildebeest style human.
What?
Just it was a larger human, but girls come in all sizes. So the big lips and everything, and we start like dancing, and I'm having a good time, and it's Warwick Wednesday, and everybody's popping off, whatever. And I was like, "What's your plan after this?" She was like, "You want to come back to my place?" And I was like, "What'd you say?" And she was like, "You want to come back to my place right down the street?" So I was like, "All right." And we started walking down the street, and I started picking up some context clues. Arms were pretty vascular. Hands were pretty just like Tom Aspinall's hands.
And what did you do? You went through with it, didn't you?
No. And then I started looking at the neck, and I started noticing different sounds and things and just different demeanors. And when we got to enter, there was another girl with us.
Right.
And when we got to the apartment to go inside, I ran. And I can't run, but I fucking ran like the wind. I took off.
Ran away.
Yes.
The running, as far as I know, seems to be like the solution for all of it. Like every story I've heard from the homies, because again, this is a common trap.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like a bear trap out in the wild. You never know when you're going to step in it. Just use your speed.
That's what I did. I ran and I heard, "Get back here!" And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? I'll catch you!"
She did. She fucking
ran me
Usain
down.
Bolt after
and threw a spear into my back.
You know the amount of geezers that have told me like, oh yeah, if I was in that situation, probably just would have gone ahead with it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm already in that position. Fuck it. I might as well just fuck them in the arse. I'm like,
sorry,
what?
No, I've heard
Like,
this
so
as well.
many blokes have come up to me and said, yeah, I probably just would have gone with it. Like, fuck it.
Dude, well, that's why in this song I just played to you, I don't know if you heard the lyrics. He said, "If I bang a lady boy, am I still straight?" He's asking an honest question, and I don't know if there's an answer to it, but like if you find out that they're not what you thought they were, and you don't go through with it, are you transphobic? Are you a transphobe?
No, mate. You have your preferences, right? But what I do actually want to ask is like, if you are under the impression that they are a girl and that's what you're getting off on, and they're actually a guy, is it just our perspective and our own minds that we're getting off on ever? Like, is it just the idea of what we're having sex with that we're getting off on? Because if we
well, I think that
well,
the question lies in like what you said, what you're attracted to. Like, bro, if I'm attracted to women, like I hope I'm hooking up with a woman, and like
If you're under the impression that is a female, then that's just your mind.
This
but
500
eventually-
episodes is maybe the deepest conversation we've ever had on this show.
But eventually you're gonna hit a callus, and then it's that flip that switched in you. It's like, what the fuck have I done?
Well, hold on,
and it's not like, dude, if it's not for you, you can't force it. And by the way, I think it's a little fucked up. Feels like some information that needs to be disclosed. I'm sorry.
Well, it's probably illegal in somewhere.
Feels a little.
But hold on, let's step back for a second. What creates attraction? What creates sexual orientation? Is it like what things?
Is it
Like where does that start? I'm just being genuinely curious right now. Like where does that start? Like does it start at the knowledge that the other person is it their softer demeanor? Is it like
so many nuances?
Pheromones? Like what is?
Right, so we have a show in England called Naked Attraction, right? And they spit facts on like what we're actually attracted to about like the opposite sex. And like a big bum to your like monkey brain is saying she's really good, fertile. So that's why you like a big bum. Big boobs, like good for like being a mother. A lot of it is based on being a good mother to your seed, right? That's what you're attracted to in like the shapes of a woman. But apparently as well, like we give off scents. So like you're like the energy that you're picking up and whatever. It's actually like when you're turned on, apparently you give off certain things that the other person of the opposite sex can like sense that actually turns them on. And like
pheromones.
Yeah, like pheromones. And your family like give off pheromones that actually repulse you. So you wouldn't, do you know what I mean? So that you apparently like it's feel like that, but there you go.
Wow, so fascinating, man. Did any experiences like that in the rainforest?
They obviously fuck a lot there, but like I mean, I didn't see any dodgy stuff like that in the Amazon rainforest. No.
When you were traveling the world alone, that's like a pretty bold thing to do. It's going to the rainforest, indigenous tribes and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, let me put myself in way out of my comfort zone. Like even like riding like the motorcycles out there and shit. Like I've always been scared to do. I don't know if you've ever done any of that shit. Like going to like third world countries and just fucking getting involved with how they operate.
This is why I ask, because I've always wanted to, like really badly. I think like you, it would be like a cool self-discovery thing. Yeah. I missed the boat. I got a fucking family now, and
as well. Do you think you're too famous?
I didn't want to say that, but it would make things dramatically more.
Well,
difficult.
you wouldn't be famous.
and also unsafe.
But you wouldn't be famous in Mogadishu, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's where I was sort of like, I'm blessed in a way that like.
Maybe that's an interesting outcome for you. Maybe you go to some of these places where you're actually not famous and see what it's like to just be regular Logan.
I mean,
Paul.
that's kind of what I'm at. Like, what was the experience like?
Well, bro, like, yeah, I was normal. And I think that's what, like, taking a step back from the YouTube and almost like not kicking on and getting like even bigger and bigger and bigger. It's allowed me to do like normal shit. And I've actually fucking like loved that element. Now, would you say, obviously you've got all these different like Prime, WWE, all this different stuff. Like, do you ever go like, nah, I wish I could do some like normal life things as well? Or are you like, I'm actually not bothered.
I do. Like, I play pickleball.
Pickleball. What is that again? Is that where you...
It's a racket sport.
Yeah.
It's popping off.
Or like padel.
Padel.
Same
Yeah,
type of shit.
we're getting into it. Yeah, you know, but the answer is yes. I like yearn that from time to time, and I'll crave it. But I think more for me, why I'm intrigued about what you did is like the solitude of doing things like alone. Self-discovery is really significant for me, and I feel like there's no better way to learn more and experience than travel the fucking world.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's almost like you're constantly downloading information. I was having like the whole time I was solo traveling, like in the Philippines, I was like having flashbacks of my whole life constantly coming through, and it's almost like lessons from my whole life just getting put into my head. I feel when you're in one place all the time, you literally go stagnant. And yeah, just like learning to operate in a place that's not safe. And yeah, like I did like a meditation retreat as well, like 3 days just meditating nonstop, and then the day after did like a massive mushroom shake and got fucking transported to an actual different universe. Like I did a lot while solo traveling, but I'd say the biggest thing is like learning to be by yourself, because you're only ever in your own head. So if you're not at peace in your own head with who you are, like the outside's always going to seem like scary, like not comfortable. Like you're always going to see the worst if you're not at peace with what's in here, I feel.
Are you at peace with what's in there?
I'd say when I got back from traveling, I was like, yeah, I'm at a point, yeah. But it's almost like new challenges come along that I feel like always just there's always something new. Like once you feel like, yeah, I'm at peace, it always seems like there's a new challenge that comes along that throws you. And I don't know if it's when you level up, you almost like become more aware to new things that maybe challenge you in new ways. But I'm working on it. I'm learning. I'm definitely not completely at peace though, I'd say.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have abandoned simplicity so much and gone after just so much in life. And I also think that for some people, that internal peace comes a lot easier than for other people. Like for me personally, it's a 24/7 job. Like it actually is a job. You know, I've said it before on the show. I'm like, if I don't show up for that job, I might not show up for this one. Like honestly, you know, and I say that, but I still always fucking show up here no matter what. When you got done with that traveling, did you feel like a dopamine dump when you got back to regularity? Because like I do those long travels too. I did like 140 flights last year, constantly on the road. And a lot of times when I get back to like my safe spot, my house, like I feel depressed.
Yeah, no, mate, 100%. I feel like the convenience that we have in our at-home life as well actually fucks your head. Like being like, whilst you're traveling, and well, especially like in these more like third world countries, like everything you do is like achieving something. So where like you can't just get in your car, you can't just get in the fridge, you can't just like get on your like nice oven and cook. Like everything's like literally at your fingertips at home. I feel like that convenience actually is not good for the brain, and I'd say that's the biggest thing. Like being out and about and traveling in those areas, I'd recommend solo traveling to anyone. You will feel the most at peace and the most like you're using your brain in the most like nourishing way through doing that. And part of me just wishes I could just constantly live like that.
I mean, you could.
But then you can't have committed. Like I've got a podcast. I've got my like the videos and the business that I'm growing back at home now. Now that I'm back in the YouTube scene, it's like everything's in England. Do you know what I mean? You can't. It's like you can't be in the WWE and like be in fucking the Philippines, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's
no, but I can be in Puerto Rico.
You can be in Puerto Rico. See,
Puerto Rico.
But like, yeah, it's like give and take. Like you can't. You know, if you want to just live a pure free spirit lifestyle, like you're not going to be able to build things.
Well, why can't you like? Okay, for me, I've noticed that there's this Bourdain-sized hole in the creator community, right? And I think, like, truthfully, someone that's really after it right now is a man by the name of #Brady.
Mate, yeah, he's killing it. He is killing it.
And it's so funny too because he like came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
he was on TikTok.
Yeah.
It was always like, on the hunt for the UK's best burger, like, or something like that. And then out of nowhere, I'm looking, I'm like, dude, he just keeps going. Every Instagram account he opens got 1 million plus. Every video he's putting out is like crushing it. And it's in this exact vein. And by the way, fuck you, #Brady, because he gave me a shitty review. Not shitty, but not as good of a review on my burger as he should have.
What did he say it was?
Like an 8.8 or something like that, which is fine. But like, I've seen the burgers that he rates above 9, they're, as you guys would say, shite. They're fucking terrible. They're like fast food, like nasty fast food burgers. But I think he's doing a good job of that kind of like always on traveling. Like he was with pirates in Somalia and shit like that. Like he's doing like, I think what it is like, there's some people out there that are taking real risks. Yeah. He takes real risks.
He is literally like, I don't give a fuck.
He does not give a shit about anything.
Embarrassment. Like, you know the thing of he will do anything in public, and I feel like he's killing that. But he won't be having like loads of other commitments if he's able to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like you know what it's like, podcast every week. Like, do you pre-record like multiple at a time?
We do like 2 to we either do a 2 set or a 4 set. Yeah, this is like, a 4 set.
It's like you can do that, but at the same time, like, you know, you can't just fuck off for 6 months like he's doing. Like he's driving the whole length of Africa and just getting in with different like local tribes.
I gotta show you
I gotta see this guy.
Bro, it's wild.
No,
it's
he's insane.
Sick.
Like, but another thing you can't have too is like, and this is where I'm kind of at currently in my career, where he was maybe 3 years ago, because you started like really doing content maybe about that same amount of time before we started the podcast. Like you really started leaning in, like 2014?
To what?
Like just always on content. Like when did you start always creating?
Probably when Joe Weller made his wrestling videos.
That's 2016?
No, bro. That was like 2014, 2015.
Yeah, around that time.
So the reason I ask is because another thing you have to sacrifice if you want to go that route, and you're probably still sacrificing right now, is life as a real life. Like the life that all of us have forsaken for so long, to be at every podcast, to be at every event, to be at every YouTube video, to be in every weird country. 3 years ago, probably, he made a active decision to lean into life, like to real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to find a girl. I want to have kids. I want to do these things.
Well,
And it's
Logan.
like, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like to be where you're at now. Like when I last saw you in Miami, like you were obviously smashing content like relentlessly, and like I mean, it was at a period where like you guys had all sorts of individuals on your like private jet from certain websites. Like that was wild. Like to now be at a point where like you're a family man, bro. Like you're
Yeah.
that, like I know it's obviously like I'm the guest here, but I'd love to know like how has that transition been? Because like I can't imagine what it's like to be a dad and completely like give up. Like you're no longer, it's all about you. It's about your family.
Yeah.
Like it's like almost ultimate love rather than ultimate like what's my pleasure? Like what can I do for me? Like what has that transition been like?
Good question. Man, it's been probably the most rewarding pursuit of my life. Like falling in love is just so beautiful, especially when it's a love so deep you can't even describe it. Like we say to each other, like I love you to infinity, because there's no like really bounds to the love. Like you can't put it into words. Like I'll find you in the next lifetime, and the next, and the next, and like that was magical in its on its own. And then we had a daughter, and we were both ready. Like I was ready at that point in my life to find someone and start a family, and I've always had a yearning to do that. I just never thought it would be possible. Like I had literally doomed myself to bachelorhood because I just thought, like, what woman is gonna like be okay with me and my lifestyle and the things I want to do? Like, I truly feel like I've just scratched the surface, and so like to find someone who challenges me, who doesn't piss me off, cause problems, is like conflict avert, which like historically has not been easy. Like I don't want to generalize all women, but like in my experience, it's just a lot of conflict, bro. Like I don't want to have to do this, when I come home. I want it to be easy. And so, yeah, to be honest, Joe, it's been incredible. And like I achieved the impossible, I think, by doing something that I never thought would actually happen in my life, but that I was so ready for in starting a family. And it's been amazing, but I have a woman who really understands what I want to do, and supports me to the fullest, and is a sick soundboard and tries to keep me a little level-headed here and there. Man, I'm really blessed, to be honest. I can't really complain, Joe. Life's good at the moment. But by the way, that comes with a lot of shit every now and then.
Wait,
bro.
what do you mean?
Just I got a lot of really high highs. I also have a lot of really low lows.
Yours have been extremely like specific to your life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're not things that anyone else.
It's so.
Sorry, I
it's
thought
so,
you meant we're talking about at relationships in general. You're talking about your specific
Sorry, not my relationship. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm talking about my life. Like the blessing of my relationship will be equally met with a very low low at some point unrelated to the relationship, most likely, or maybe like Dude, I'm constantly reminded that life is really all about balance, and I feel like everything just, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, and like I'm just trying to cherish the good moments, because I know there will be a time when things aren't so good, and I don't know what it looks like, but like when things are positive, make sure you're appreciating those moments.
1,000,000%. I think like being able to allow the enjoyment rather than like waiting for what's on the horizon that I need to be prepared for. Like it'll steal your peace. Like
it will
every time.
But you'd probably do that. I do that too.
1,000,000%.
I've spent my entire life waiting for the other shoe to drop. My entire life.
Yeah.
There's never been a day where I was like, oh shit, I have a best-selling fucking book. I have this success. It's always like, but what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, and that is the worst possible mindset to have. And like, I guess that's a good question for you, because I know he does it. His relationship, his child, his family, everything that he has right now, he manifested. All of this. He knew he was going to be, he manifested being the biggest entertainer. He manifested all of it. Not always specifically or exactly, but a generalization of I'm going to be this, I'm going to have this. Something I've been notoriously terrible at, and which is why I live very hour to hour, minute to minute. How are you in that aspect? Are you in a place right now in your life where you're able to manifest that positivity?
Bro, I'd say I just speak to God every single day. I'd say that's the biggest, like, I've tried so many different ways to try and get myself like the momentum of, you know, like you say, manifesting and like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like, and it's like only when like this winter I've gone, you know what, I don't have it all figured out. I don't know what's best for me. And I completely surrendered to God's plan for me. Ever since doing that, like shit's just started fucking clicking. Like I've rebuilt relationships. I'm playing at fucking Wembley Stadium on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know, stuff I've been doing with the Sidemen boys, like getting back with, you know, launching my own podcast again, like the vision of how I want to move forward with my career. It's like, it's kind of just downloaded piece by piece. And it's, yeah, whether that's one big placebo effect, I don't know, but I believe in God. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that's sort of impacted me in recent time.
I feel that so strongly. The manifestation he's talking about has evolved now in my adult life to talking to God.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, like, at least for me, man, I feel like I like heard. I feel so heard.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I went from not really knowing what to do with an abundance of gratitude, because like, dude, I will look around and I'll be like, I mean, I think all of us in this room, we got you know, good lives.
Yeah.
We got really good lives, bro.
Holy shit,
we're
bro.
we're pretty lucky.
For sure, dude.
And so it's like, I feel like to vocalize that gratitude is really fucking important. And I recently just started to like ask for stuff. I didn't before, but you know, I think George actually was like, yo, like ask, like you ask and you shall receive. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I started asking for stuff, and man, it all is like happening. And I feel like so heard by God, creator, universe, like whatever it is. Like, I don't think it's placebo.
Yeah.
I feels very real.
Yeah. I mean, the way I say it, like I try to not be like I want, can you do this for me? I say like, if it is your will, let it happen. I am ready. Like, do you know what I mean?
Inshallah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because like, I know it can easily get to like, please do this for me. I want this. Can can I have this? And it's like that. I feel like that's it's not the right energy like to be putting out, but yeah, like as in like the guidance to be aligned with that which you want to pursue, because I feel like that thing, like the things that you're wanting to manifest right there, they don't come from nowhere. And I wonder if like there's an element of like the things that you actually feel like deep in your gut that you desire, like who's putting them there? Is that part of the purpose of why you've been put here? And do you know what I mean? Like I often think like, is there, you know, for me, it's like the ultimate feeling of that gut instinct of like, this is made for me and this is what I should go and do. Like, I wonder if that is God. That's a way in which like he communicates to us. But yeah, I mean, I recently had on my podcast someone that's an absolute atheist and thinks that we're all fucking mental for believing in God. Like, so does that mean they're, you know, but they're getting blessed in ways. They're still experiencing these
a lot of
amazing
times
things.
they come around.
So
dude.
I'm just sort of like, and he used to be a Catholic and into all of that stuff, and now he's completely against it, but he's thriving more than ever. So like,
it is so interesting.
Is it going to happen anyway? Like whether it's weird. There's so many perspectives that you can put on things.
I think that's the thing. It's perspective, bro. Everyone has their own like individual experience, and if something's working for you or making you feel good, do it.
Yeah,
you know.
And if it's good for, honestly, if it's like innately good for someone else too, like that's like the core lead for me in life is like, what things can I be doing that like somehow help someone else, because those make me feel good. And truthfully, I haven't done enough, and like you say, just barely scratching the surface of it. But like the world can definitely be a little bit nicer to one another.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's a wild. What do you make of the direction of social media right now? Are you on the website formerly known as Twitter?
Not particularly, because it is just like porn in it. Like it's porn. It's fucking people
violence,
getting fucking murdered. It's just like, it's just shit that I don't think is good to be exposed to all the time. Like, bro, what looking at that fucking cheap dopamine can do for your brain is actually scary. Like your explore page on Instagram, like you look at one female and boom, you're targeted by like all sorts. And I just feel like it's poison, man. Like it's actually fucking poison.
We have this conversation a lot in this show of net positive versus net negative social media. I've always been an incredibly net negative person on social media. Now, me personally, for my life, shit, I love social media. You know what I'm saying? But for the average user out there, I say to people all the time, if you're not either pursuing the idea of or actively making money on social media, or God bless the very, seemingly minute amount of people out there who are making an impact on social media, meaning helping people, you're in the wrong place. It's not a good place to just be fucking hanging out all day, consuming this bullshit. Everybody's all of a sudden a expert or extremely interested in the nasty world of politics and right versus left wing this and, immigration and all this stuff. Dude, you work in HVAC and it's a very noble position and everyone in Tuscaloosa needs their venting done. But I really don't think you know what you're fucking talking about as it pertains to the geopolitical theater and warfare that exists within it. Okay. I'm sorry, Gary. Okay. Like, that's not a diss to you. It's simply me saying that your time is better spent doing something that you are extremely good at. I think everyone, even like, dude, you look at everyone, Joe Rogan, even like any of these, Elon, go make rockets. I love the idea of government efficiency, but it's just crazy to me that like everyone all of a sudden does everything.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there used to be, we somehow got convinced that we cannot trust experts. All of them.
Right, yeah.
The idea of expertise.
Well, Mike.
I know what you're going to say in the proof.
You don't.
Okay, good.
They've let us down a lot.
Okay, true. And they've done the opposite of letting us down a lot more. Okay. And so like, if you simply always call out the faults of the scientific community, then of course you're going to forget about the fact that they are saving 99 times more lives than they're taking out. Now, of course, there's negative sides. There's big pharma, there's corporations, there's all kinds of shit that goes on with the government and stuff like that. Sure, call that out.
Yeah.
But I think people have gotten obsessed to a point where they're unable to activate in their own lives and are not doing what they have to do to do. If you're spending 4 hours a day on your phone talking about the price of eggs, I think it's hurting you more than what those 4 hours could have done for you to help you buy more eggs. Does that make sense?
I hear you.
Like the opportunity cost for people being online all day is way too high.
I hear what you're saying.
Way too high.
Bro, I think it comes back to cavemen times, right? We are meant to only really be in like communities of about 15 people, right?
Maybe 30. Fuck it.
Maybe 37.
Right. Yeah.
But fucking like going online and being exposed to that much shit so much, I just feel like overall, you're right, it's detrimental. And it overwhelms, and it can be like the comparison, thieving our joy, like the fucking getting engaged with people that we shouldn't even be talking, like seeing shit, like you can see like relationships and men or women and compare your family or your partner to these people subconsciously, and it may, do you know what I mean? I feel like there's so many different elements on social media that we expose ourselves to that actually just like fuck us, but we get addicted to it. It's a little like dopamine hit every time.
I love that dopamine hit.
It's quality in it,
so
bro.
Great. I love it. It's so bad.
No, it's horrible. And do you know what? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why I get it a little bit more innately than a lot of other people? Because I'm one of the last to have lived in a world where that simply did not exist. You know what I'm saying? And so like I can see in my own timeline, in my life, how destructive that has been to my mental health. If you have the mental health of a social media user, but you have no pre-social media life to compare it to, you only know anxiety, stress, comparison, all murder, fucking porn. That's all you know. Like these 16, 18-year-old kids, they grew up with an iPad or an iPhone in their hand. They don't know what it's like to just go out with your homies and ride a bike and not worry about how your bike is different than the person on Instagram who posted their bike with better pegs and better handlebars and all that shit. They don't know what that's like. I remember life before it was this fucking rat race, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I innately know and so intensely know how bad this is for the world. I just know it for a fact. It is horrible. And so I think the more people can stay off their phones, the more people can lock into the things that actually can make them money or feel good or passion in their lives, the better. I think it is a massive net negative for the world.
So you'd get rid of it if you could, like
if I could.
Nah, because then you go broke.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
For me, which is what I
for us. The liberation that we have to now do what we want. The issue is that like, we can use it in ways that is so positive, like being able to reach and communicate with people like all around the world.
Not who we are as people.
Fucking hell.
It's not who we are as people.
It's not natural.
It's not, humans are selfish beings. Humans are very selfish fucking beings. Okay. And so, and stuck in their ways. And it's not natural for someone to want to go out and say, hey, I know there's someone watching this episode right now that feels the anxiety that I feel today. And I want to talk to you about it. That's not a natural. It took me a long time to get vulnerable and talk about heroin addiction and talk about fucking not wanting to be here some days and all of these things. Right. It's much more likely that people are going to boast themselves up, big themselves up, talk about the things that make them money. It's unnatural for humans to just want to always be helping each other. It's just not.
Helping each other, yeah, but as in like, there's some people that just like wear their heart on their sleeve, right? So as in like talking about certain things actually helps them. So as in like being open and vulnerable about, say for example, like me with my mental health, it really helps me to talk about it.
Of course.
Other people would like to open up about that shit. It's fucking hard.
Well, what do you think is the representative percentage of people currently on social media that are wearing their hearts on their sleeves versus telling some insanely facetious lie about how great their lives are?
I reckon 99.9%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Is a load of bullshit to go, here's the idyllic thing that you want. And it's like, yeah, as in like people want to look at that shit and it gets views and it gets clicks because it's this fantasy, but it's not real. But people are looking at this thing on their phone that's a fantasy, that's fiction, and comparing their real life to fiction.
Do you see these these kids that watch streams? These streamers make money, don't get me wrong, but I see a post every day about, you know, this streamer made $78 million last year. No, they didn't. And now I see kids under the post that they made $78 million last year, and it says that's it. What I thought it would have been more than that. Like, people are really, in my mind, really losing a connection with reality. I think reality is becoming so blurred and such a gray area that like it's hard to really tell what's truth, who to listen to, what to think about anything anymore. And guess what? Like, what I'm saying is social media just continues to blur that. The only reality is here in this room with our phones off, looking and talking to each other. That's it.
Because everyone's also trying to sell you something. Like, it's all just like consuming, right?
Yeah,
do you think the people on X are really concerned with?
Well, I just said, yeah, during Prime.
Yeah, mate, literally. Obviously, yeah, it is class. I do love Prime, but like, everything, like, even if someone's being vulnerable, it's like, yeah, but low key, what's the
do you think
emotive,
there's a dude named Jackson Hinkle on X? He's like the most outspoken Israeli person that's saying like Israel does everything wrong, so on and so forth. Do you think that he's like this dude is the most white bread, college bred American man to ever exist? You see him and you're just like, this dude would play lacrosse, get drunk, and fight someone at the bar. He's literally at Syrian funerals throwing his fists up with Arab men for against America now. Do you think he really believes that, or do you think he loves the ad money he gets and the $3 he sells in premium subscriptions every time he sells a premium subscription?
I think we all know the answer to that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Now that it's so easy to make money on social media, it's basically like whatever is gonna make me the most money, I'm gonna fucking go for that.
And do you want to know what makes the most money right now? Hate.
Oh yeah.
Hate is the biggest commodity in the world right now. If you sell hate, you are a rich person. And it's so funny because both of us get made fun of all the time for being fence sitters, people that go along with the narrative because we don't pick a side and say we're right and we hate you. We hate you. You're disgusting. You're fat, an OnlyFans whore, a Jew, all that stuff. You want to know the fucked up thing about it is?
What?
They make 10 times more money than us as far as content is concerned. 10 times more. Hate is so monetized right now. If you're full left wing or full right wing, you're making so much more money than people that play the middle. You just are, dude.
Money just is the root of evil.
100%.
Like, it just fucking is. Like, if you're trying to, like, realistically, like, no one actually needs to buy anything. And no one needs to actually really, like money's a made up thing, right? And the shit that we do in order to, like, try and get this fucking money, like, if you wouldn't do it without getting that money, I'm like, why are you, like, I don't believe you should actually really be doing it. Like, that's actually why I believe. And I feel like that's an element of why I did, like, when I did the solo traveling shit, just, like, back to fucking basics and really, like, realizing, like, what actually does, like, fulfill us. Because I don't think anyone will be truly fulfilled by just fucking money. Like, genuine.
It's impossible.
Like, yeah.
Impossible.
I think there's a lot of nuance to a lot of things. I think, like, that's often forgot because the ability to understand nuance is a bit of like a evolved thought process. I think like I said not that long ago, a lot of this stuff in life in general is about balance. So for every selfish person you have, you may have an equal but opposite generous person. For every person who believes something about Israel, there's someone on the opposite side. Like it always just seems to come like overall back, like full circle, and the ability to like live in that middle ground where you can understand both sides and hear perspectives and not jump to one seems to be an uncommon perspective these days, because it's hard. It's like hard. Hate is easy. Dude.
So easy.
Hate is so easy,
Headlines.
bro. It's a headline. It's so easy to go in the comment section. And by the way, there's 3 other people who think your same thought. So your little echo chamber like makes you feel like you're a part of a gang, and your thoughts aren't that uncommon. But
that's a huge part of it too.
No, yeah, well, the
camaraderie.
You feel like you're a part. Like, we all hate this person together. Let's fucking go.
We want to be part of something.
Yeah.
Like, we want to feel like we're in a group where like that's again back to the cavemen thing, bro. Like it's like you want to be part of the herd. You want to be part of the pack. You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And
But have you noticed that people that have you ever noticed that people that have real life camaraderie, friendships, businesses, the people that are doing a lot of like real stuff in this world generally are able to understand and deal in nuance better than people that don't have that, because they already have that camaraderie. They don't need to go and say some fucked up one-sided shit to get a clan. They've already got a clan. So they say, okay, I'm secure in my clan in real life. I've got my friends, my family, whatever. So I'm going to now go and look at both sides of an argument and see the good in both sides or bad in both sides.
Ultimately, if you're at peace with yourself, if you're happy in your real life, you ain't projecting shit and hate onto others, especially on fucking online.
That's why X is the most unhappy app.
Yeah.
It's just
it's weird. It's weird. I don't really engage with it too much, if I'm honest. Like I just don't look at it too much. Like more than anything, I actually really want to talk about wrestling. If I'm honest.
Me too. Me too.
I really want to talk
Me
about
too,
wrestling.
bro. Let me start. Let me start.
Go.
Dude. All right, bro. Thank you. You inspired the shit out of me, Joe. Bro, your wrestling videos back in the day. I mean, I know you know this because this was when we first started talking. I think like on Twitter, we would DM each other, and I was like, dude, like these videos, I made one of my own, and because you would do moves, wrestling moves on these girls into the pool with the audio of WWE track under it. And they went crazy viral. And I remember watching them at like, man, I was 19 years old maybe. I was like, this guy's hilarious. This is crazy. I'm going to try one of these. Yeah. So I did the RKO to Randy Orton in the pool. And then fast forward a decade later, bro, like again, you started something that has, I owe you money, I'm sure. Like, bro, from influencer boxing to professional wrestling, bro, goddamn.
He wants 2%.
That's crazy.
Let's do it. But no, mate, it's crazy because like back then, so I went to a WrestleMania. Paul Heyman was like, I love your video, that swimming pool one. He's like, come along, let's make another one.
No way.
And I'll get you in at WrestleMania. You can stay in the WWE hotel. Fucking Triple H kicked me out.
What?
He was like, he's this fucking YouTuber. Get out of here. They were so not like open to the whole YouTube stuff back then. Like,
and he was probably a wrestler, no? Or was he like
I think he was
like an executive-ish position?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was that. I think he was still wrestling, but it was just a very much like, who the fuck's this YouTuber? Get like distance. There was no embracing of it back at that point.
Well, that's
but
just
Paul Heyman
now.
got it. Paul Heyman got it, and he made like a video, like he made Brock Lesnar like say "fuck you, Joe," and like,
oh my god,
all this shit. And it was sick. But like, yeah, I often think, I was like, imagine if what the social media world is doing right now. Imagine if that was just like 5 years before, what could have been possible? Because like, yeah, like you say, like those videos, they fucking banged.
They crushed. They were so good, man.
Yeah, man.
Were you just tossing these? Like, why did you decide to do that? Just wrestling fan?
Well, yeah, like I love doing the wrestling moves. I'd done like wrestling moves. Was that the first one? I don't know. I know I'd done it like on my friends in public. Like I would take the idea, and like the idea behind those videos is take like a couple of concepts and like put them together. Yeah. So I'd do like Ronaldo, like got dressed up as Cristiano Ronaldo, makeup done professionally, and because he was the biggest athlete at the time in the world, and public videos are banging. So I did Cristiano Ronaldo picking up girls in public, and I thought, well, that banged. Let me do the girl thing, but wrestling moves, because that's also a bit outrageous.
Yeah.
And it fucking like you put the two together and it just works. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I love wrestling, man. Like I'd love to be in your position. Like
Why not? Why don't you do it?
because I don't know, maybe I'm not. Well, I'm definitely not like as popping as you are like right now. And I think there's Speed, there's like KSI and you probably in the WWE out the influencer world.
It doesn't matter. If you can wrestle, you can wrestle.
Well, yeah.
If you have skills, that's undeniable.
Hey, that's how you pay him back. Just saying. That's how you pay him back. Get him into a match, dude.
Logan Paul versus Joe Well at WrestleMania.
Here we
It's
fucking
happening.
go, dude.
Right? You know you
Paul,
want it.
Jake Paul.
Bro, imagine that. Any of the Pauls, bro.
Any of the pools.
Are you coming to the London event?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, I will be.
You have to.
I'll see you in the ring.
Hell yeah,
I'm
Joe.
cashing in the money in the
bank. Yeah. Are you following now?
Bro, yeah, like since Netflix, it's like you can see that everyone's fucking gassed. Everyone's going up a level. Like I listened to your Michael Cole podcast.
Yeah, he's
So did a lot of
listening to
people-
him
a lot of
talk
people did.
about all of that stuff. Like, mate, it's just so cool. Like I love hearing about the behind the scenes of how it all works. Like, you know, as a massive wrestling fan, like just you see what's on screen and you see like, okay, if this is like, you know, choreographed or whatever to an extent, these guys seem like they absolutely hate each other. So how are they knocking the hell out of each other and not losing their head and not giving each other receipts and stuff? That Rey Mysterio fucking thing where he almost landed on his head and you caught him.
Oh, he saved his life.
You saved his life.
I'm gonna flip that narrative. I almost killed him.
It was your fault.
Yes,
What?
I think so.
How?
Yeah. Partially his fault as well. Dog, he's getting old. He didn't jump as far as I thought he would. He said he was going for a move. Bullshit. So I caught him because he was gonna fucking die. Caught his ass and countered his ass. No, it's fascinating, Joe. I came from like the outside world, obviously, and I didn't fully understand wrestling. And now that I'm in it, I have so much appreciation and respect for the depth of this business.
Right.
People have no idea. No idea. It's the behind the scenes is the craziest. First off, group of people you can imagine. Everyone's a character. Because if they're working and they're not wrestling, it's because they used to wrestle, which means they have these huge personalities. Or in case of like Stu, cameraman 6, CEO of Camera 6, he was never good enough to be a wrestler, you know?
Right.
So
as well, like that ring, right? Because a lot of people go, oh, wrestling's because it's like fake. Oh, it doesn't hurt. But like, bro, I did a training day at a ring, just running the ropes, whole entire fucking ribs bruised to shit.
horrible.
That's just fucking leaning on the ropes, running to another one, leaning on the ropes. The mat is just wood.
Yeah. It's
And it's just pure like how they're not concussed just
Brother.
constantly.
Horrible.
I'm literally like, do you think like, is this causing long-term damage doing this? Or
Don't know.
do you just not think about that?
Don't know. For me personally, it's definitely a concern, but that's why technique is so important.
Right.
You gotta take the bump a certain way.
Tuck the
isn't it?
chin.
You've got to slap the...
Yeah,
Tuck the
this
chin,
whole thing,
tuck
tuck
the
the
chin.
chin. Like I've gone through all
He
of it.
didn't tuck the chin one time
fuck.
on
Yeah.
a big move, on his biggest move ever.
Yeah, that double clothesline. I didn't even take the landing into account at all. And
Ricochet.
just got smoked, bro. The phenomenon you're describing of the hardness of the mat. I remember so vividly coming into my first WWE session. I was working with Mike the Miz, and I'm touching the mat. I'm like, this is crazy. So like, is the bouncy one during the actual match? And he goes, no, dude, this is the ring. This is it's the same ring. And I'm like, yeah, but on TV, it's like bouncy, right? Like, how are you guys landing like that? He's like, no, dude. And by the way, every celebrity that I see come in there doing a match or like doing a spot or whatever,
Same shit.
they same reaction
Really?
so they feel the edge of the mat. They're like, bro, this isn't even fucking moving. And I'm like, yeah, man, I've been there. In the chairs, yeah, they showed me the metal chair. I said, okay, so like, where's the plastic chair? No plastic fucking chair. Dog, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, that match they had at Elimination Chamber.
Oh my God.
And the barbed wire around the
Yeah.
chair, that was real fucking barbed wire. I felt it beforehand. I saw the chair. I was like, no way. This is tap, tap, tap. It's sharp. It's insane, dude. That's why like fake is not the word.
No.
It's just not the word. I hear the critique, but John Cena told me once, he said before he turned heel and everyone liked him and I liked him too, but now I don't anymore. He said, if someone tells me or says to me, like, makes a comment about wrestling being fake, it just tells me they don't know anything about wrestling.
Right, yeah.
And that's not an issue. If you don't know anything, like, ignorance is, I can't be
I think
mad
there's
at you for
more a
that.
different. I think people are becoming more educated as to what it is. Fake is not the word.
No.
Also, I took a bump.
Yeah, you got in there.
It's insane. And the only reason I made it through it, me and Georgie, is because the one thing that happens when you're in there is it's pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
so like it's like anything could happen to you. And like I feel like some of these guys get up and they don't even know that their arm is hanging off. Like you wouldn't even know because you're so fueled up on the fact that there's 60,000 people watching you get kicked in the face. Like I was asking the entire bloodline, like going into the what's it called again? The Golden Gem, the Saudi
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. Going in the Crown Jewel event, I'm like, how do you do this? They're like, okay, we're gonna pull you over. You know, we discussed everything that was gonna happen, and I'm like, how do I properly get kicked in the face? Like, how does that happen exactly?
Yeah.
And he's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, but like, how do I get kicked in the fucking face, bro?
Yeah.
And he's like, trust me, when it happens, you'll get it. And dude, I've obviously looked like a rock. It worked.
You nailed it.
It worked for me as like a funny human.
Yeah.
It worked, and Georgie did an even better job. But in reality, you just simply get kicked in the face. Like there's no other.
you
there's
catch
no other
shot still.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
And then you just hit the ground as hard as you could ever imagine. It's just like falling onto a hardwood floor, and then you don't feel it until 22 minutes later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Fuck, man. Because like I've always watched it and just thought like, surely like when Batista's doing a Batista bomb that hard, like surely he's not actually doing that onto like, but like anyone that I've spoken to, it's like, yeah, that is just what it is.
It's a hardwood
and you just learn
floor.
to take that shit.
And I think to his point, as you go on, you just get so much better at the technique. There's probably like little tiny almost areas that you're landing specifically on where you're evenly distributing weight between your shoulder, your forearm, your butt. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, obviously, it was just a straight shot. But
So like regarding technique, like would you say that you can judge like good technique? Like you could see someone like wrestle and be like, that's good or that's bad just from watching?
For sure.
Okay, well, can I show you a little something?
Oh, yeah.
We can send this to you guys. We can put this on screen if you like. Obviously over Christmas, I made a little TikTok, right? Called POV, your cousin is over for Christmas, right? I just want to see what you think of this. Oh, is the signal going to be...
the shit signal in here.
oh, classic signal
Let me
issue.
I'll just get it out.
Happens to all of us.
We may have to maybe let it buffer or something first.
That's all good. I've got it. So.
But also just show us because we're going to put it on the screen. So you don't have to show them.
Oh, that's true.
Classic scenario right here. Just bad service.
All right, boom. Right.
I saw this.
Oh.
I actually remember seeing this.
Oh,
Bro, why don't you wrestle?
oh, the wreath.
Bro, this is amazing. Pedigree? Is that your cousin?
No, it's my friend Elliot.
Would you consider sending that to Triple H?
Bro, Triple H.
Bro, this is amazing. This is amazing.
Like the brass
not
knuckles.
the dustpan. Oh my God, hitting the head with the dustpan.
Bro, we fucked this move though. This is
Oh, that's a broken
Yeah.
neck. He's dead.
No, he's actually dead.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah,
You're in, dude. You're
we
in.
Fucking stacked it. But yeah, man, like
I don't understand. Why don't you wrestle?
I would love to. I genuinely would love to. So it's I don't know whether I had the thought of doing like the indie circuit and doing it like the respectable way.
Yeah.
And like documenting that, and then hopefully one day WWE are like, fucking hell, you're killing it in this indie scene. Let's get you in. But yeah, man, I'd love to. I'd honestly love to.
Dude, if you trained, there is no reason why you couldn't do it. Especially because you have a social following and you can talk, bro.
I think I'd be a good heel.
You would. That's the thing. A lot of these wrestlers don't have is the ability to speak on the mic. That seems to be the magic part of wrestling, where your character takes it to that next level.
How do you feel being a heel? Because like I feel
Best
like
thing ever.
No, but at first, everyone booing you like that, I could see in your eyes, you're like,
It bothered me.
Why don't you like me?
Yeah, it bothered me. I remember there's a guy named Bruce Pritchard.
Right.
I don't know if you know him.
Nope.
He's a WWE executive. He's been around forever.
Okay.
Legend.
Yeah.
He's in every WWE documentary you've ever seen. He's saying something about something at some point.
Right.
Went to Cleveland. I was in Cleveland. I had a thing there. Walked out. Everyone fucking booed me.
In his
In my
hometown.
hometown. I went backstage to Bruce. I was like,
He was crying.
I go, do they understand that I could get out of that ring and pull any single one of them out and beat the fucking
Even the
shit out?
10-year-olds.
Like anyone, of any age and gender or form. I was pissed. It hurt my feelings that I got
Really?
booed in my hometown. And then he made a comment about Cleveland. He's like, well, you know, it is Cleveland. Like, like no one, what is this place? And that offended me. I was upset. And then something happened where a flip was switched when I realized how much power there was in being able to puppeteer and really artfully, essentially like manipulate the crowd to play on the exact emotion you want them to feel or not, by the way, because it's a dance. And sometimes they're fucking with me and they're booing me out of the building. It's sometimes harder to get through my promos. Other times I diss one of their favorite superstars or the city in general. Like I found so much pleasure in it. And truthfully, at this point, I can never imagine being a babyface. I have no interest in it. I am in my pocket out there at the moment. I love it.
No, you can see that you like now you fucking the way you have them in the palm of your hand, the way it's almost a bit like seeing Dominic Mysterio like do it as well. It's kind of like you can see like now this level of almost like control that I have. Fuck me, this is feeding me way more than if I was just trying to be everyone's like nice guy.
It does.
You know what I mean? I feel like the nice guy thing, it's a little bit limiting. I feel like Cody Rhodes is limited by being a nice guy.
Oh, dude, if he ever turns heel, can you imagine?
I'd think it would be incredible. Incredible.
It would be amazing, dude. Like selfishly, I like the Cena heel turn for that reason.
I'd love
as
that.
well.
I mean, seeing like John Cena do it, like how did you feel about that? Like seeing that?
How'd you feel about it?
I felt like it was coming.
You did?
I felt like it was coming. I felt like the way he was acting in these press conferences and the way he was towards the Royal Rumble, it was almost like he was purposefully being not cringe, but it was like over dramatizing something. Something felt like he's about to switch. Something's about to change. And then when he did that, it was like, right.
Interesting.
And I love it. I actually love it because it's showing his ability to not just be that nice guy, that fucking like American hero, you know? I really like it. And I think if it's his final year, like, fuck yeah. Like, I love it.
Man, it's almost a shame because it's like, I kind of wish we had more than just his last year of being a heel. Cena heel, man, the possibilities are endless. It was cool to see him come to what I call the bright side,
right?
And join us here on the villain side of things. I did not see that coming at all. I didn't read that writing on the wall like that. He just backstabbed me, and so I basically was like, "Fuck you." And I knew he was a snake, but I didn't think he was gonna snake the whole WWE audience.
Oh my god! I do like as obviously. Technically, you're all on the same team. Do you know what's about to happen, or does it just happen and you're all surprised?
No, yeah,
really?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, bro, this is the best part about it. We watch as fans,
really,
in real time. I'm not along for the ride like everyone else. It's sick, bro. Product's good right now.
How long are you doing this just indefinitely? Is this you now?
Yeah,
you're
for now.
WWE superstar.
Yeah, for now.
Sick,
yeah,
man.
it's cool, bro.
And you want to go like right to the top, like yeah. Because I think you've got everything. Like you've got You've literally got everything. Like the moves that you're pulling off, like already, bro. Like
I think I gotta be smarter though.
Because I agree with that. Because I think I heard the Undertaker telling you that you're setting the bar for your performance and what people are going to expect very high and very high risk.
Yeah,
and it's like, how do you rein that in? Because like Stone Cold Steve Austin was so successful, but it didn't. His moves weren't overly high risk, and he obviously his personality shone through. Like, do you plan on making the moves less the important thing, and more maybe your personality on the mic, or like?
My intelligent answer is for sure. I'm gonna pull back a little bit. My realistic answer is no.
Because I can imagine you're addicted to that fucking feeling of like, I've just done something insane, and the place has gone crazy. It's all over social media. Like everyone goes nuts whenever you do it.
Bro, it's about moments.
Yeah,
it's about moments, and I'll have really like heavy detailed, in-depth story moments, I will.
Yeah.
But the moves are so sick. They're so sick, bro. Like hitting a move that hasn't been done in the WWE before, bro. I can feel my balls dragging on the floor, dog. You gotta have big balls for some of those moves. And I'm capable. I'm capable. And that's the thing. I go in my head, I know I can do this physically. I thrive under the pressure. If not me, who else? Because there will be someone else that'll do it. But I'd like to be the first.
You think Speed is going to wrestle?
I think he should.
I think he should as well.
I think he should.
Because like that's you saying that if someone else, you know, that's someone else that's athletic as hell that could come in, and if you're not willing to do these crazy moves, he might.
No, he's got bigger balls than me.
You reckon?
I do.
You reckon he's going to do crazier moves?
Yeah. And when I saw him jump those 2 supercars,
Yeah.
bro, what the fuck? Bro,
Yeah,
what?
like actual what the fuck?
No, I think he's the first person like in history to actually do that. I've done it on a vlog, but I was standing to the side of the car like Kobe did it.
Yeah.
Like we all like it wasn't real. Speed actually did it. When I saw him do that, bro, I was like, yo, this kid is operating on like another level. And I think he's in some ways more athletic than me as well. And he can talk, man. If he wanted to be the biggest WWE superstar, he could.
Yeah, like a million.
But he's killing it, bro. He could do anything. He could do anything, and he'll be fine.
But like, do you not think all of us a little bit like, because we can do anything? Like, most of us, like JJ, you have seen Jake, like me, like we've dipped our toes in so many different things, and it's like, do you feel like you want to actually do everything, or like?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I was kind of experimenting a little bit. You know, it's like I think people should go out and do a lot. And if they find something that clicks, run with it. At 27 years old, was doing WrestleMania, came back to the locker room and something clicked. And I went, oh.
This is it.
Oh. Man, after my first WrestleMania, I came backstage and you know, I was still like, I didn't know shit at the time. And Vince McMahon is like freaking out. And he shakes my hand. He's like, your future is here. And I'm like, okay, buddy, like, we'll see about that, dude. Thanks. That was fun. Like, cool. Yeah. And then, you know, 3-4 years later, I'm like, oh, I see what he meant. Like, I get it now. He was right. He saw something that I didn't even realize until 2-3 years in. I was like, oh shit. I think I'm meant for this. Yeah. So I'm just gonna fucking run it.
Yeah. Keep going, bro. It's unreal seeing what you're doing. Like,
see you in London, bro, on the 30th.
30, mate, so you're wrestling there?
I don't know.
Because on WrestleMania documentaries, I've seen that like, oh yeah, today they've decided that like, oh yeah, Undertaker's going to lose his streak today.
Yes.
On WrestleMania day.
Yes, day of.
What?
Because you have to understand, the WWE is a living, breathing organism.
Right.
And a big, if not all of that organism, the whole part, is the audience. The audience. What do they want? What do you think they don't want? What will they expect? What won't they expect? You got to adapt. You got to roll with the punches, and the ability to do that every Monday and every Friday on SmackDown and Raw, and then you sprinkle in your Saturday PLEs and the live events. The WWE is a very well organized machine, and you have to be able to pivot and move on the fly. It's insane, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and it's unfortunate. I don't think the scope of WWE and the depth and complexity of the work that is going into this company will ever fully be realized, ever. I think it's impossible to fully understand by any lay human.
Yeah, I mean, like the way it's lasted so long, it's got to be more than just guys getting in a ring wrestling about. You know,
people have no idea. It's the reason it's a top 10 subscribed YouTube channel. What the fuck? It's one of the biggest media conglomerates in the entire world. What do we even? Man, it's the best job ever. I'll be honest. You got to wrestle, Joe. Gotta get in there, brother.
Triple threat match. Let's
get another mattress.
Indie circuit, guy.
Go, bro, let's do it. In a year's time, I'll see you on NXT.
Let's fucking go, bro. Will I see you in the Sidemen Charity Match?
Yes, I wanted to ask you about that. You're playing, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Do you play football?
No.
No, you're on my team.
Wait,
No, you
I
played
am?
football.
Yes,
in
you're
high
like-
school.
No, I played American football. Yeah, shit.
No, but you never play soccer.
Soccer. No.
You never played.
No.
Can
No,
you
I mean,
kick
I
some-
played when I was younger. I scored 7 goals in my first game.
Oh shit. Oh, so you're good then.
Well, I was 6.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're an athlete. You'll get it
Bro,
done.
trust me, I'll kick that fucking ball into the net. How hard can it be, dude?
We should do like a celebration. Like if we score,
Oh,
it should be like some sort of move.
That's such a good idea. Let's think about
body
that.
slam each other.
Like you can fucking suplex me onto the pitch if you want. Yeah.
Would you do
Yeah, I'll
it?
take that. Obviously.
It would hurt.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm down if you are.
Yeah, if you're allowed to do that, like you,
Yeah.
WWE wouldn't be like, don't do that shit. Yeah, like when I score,
No, it's
I'll run straight to you. Fucking you, German suplex, yeah?
okay. No.
No?
Not a German.
Not a German?
No.
The one where it's like, over...
No, I don't think
Nope.
so. Hold on.
No, this one. Look. You're in here, head over. Right, so this one, boom, and then...
Yeah.
that one, yeah.
That's a German?
Is that not German?
I thought German was from behind.
Oh, okay.
We'll do
We'll
that
do
one.
that one.
Here,
That one's
on
quite
this
easy.
side,
So it'd
on
be
this
like, boom, boom, yeah? And I'll just...
We have to.
We have to do it, bro. We have to do it. It'd be sick.
Oh, I gotta score.
Yeah.
All right.
One of us scores, bam.
Bro, if that's not a German suplex, I'm gonna get
Somebody in
fucking
Germany's gonna be
roasted.
pissed.
Fuck.
German's belly to back, man.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
And then I'll just like
That's what I
RKO you after that or some
When you're
shit.
behind him and you go over the top. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah?
regular ass suplex. Bro,
That
Joe,
one.
let's fucking
Yeah,
go.
let's do that.
That'll go crazy.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
You play football, soccer.
Yeah.
You're good?
Well, I used to play for an academy when I was younger. Got kicked off for being too fat.
What the?
Yeah, man. It fucking scarred me. So I was like, all right, watch this then. YouTuber. And now I'm playing at Wembley Stadium in front of 90,000.
See, it all
Joke's
worked
on
out.
them.
So I'm like, mate, I'm gassed. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, that's gonna be a fucking dream. Like 90,000 people.
Can't even
like, what's the
imagine.
biggest audience you've done like wrestling?
We
in
were
front
talking about it today. Not that big.
of? Yeah,
80 maybe.
Hey.
80 maybe.
Pretty
Yeah.
close.
that's pretty close. But like, yeah, 95, and these are all gonna be hardcore like Sidemen
Oh my
fans. Like,
God.
speed scores in that stadium. That place is gonna be the loudest it's ever been.
We were talking about this.
Yeah.
Potentially the loudest Sue.
Yes, ooh, yeah, mate, it's gonna be wild.
Fuck. All right, bro. Well, I'll see you on Saturday.
See you there,
Hit
brother.
That fucking suplex. If you're not on the field, we gotta like find each other
Yeah,
or like.
yeah.
That's sick. Joe, it's been a pleasure, dude.
Legend, thank you for having me, boys.
Yeah. Thanks for
honestly.
coming on, man. What are you doing next? Like, where can they find you?
Well, I mean,
Rainforest.
the Amazon rainforest. I want to go back there for sure. But obviously, yeah, socials, YouTube channel, Joe Weller, podcast, waffling podcast. Got to get you on waffling at some point.
Excellent.
That'd be sick.
Excellent.
But yeah, across all socials,
Hell
we're
yeah.
active.
Or in
Hell
Thailand.
Or in Thailand.
Whoa.
No massage parlors, Michael. See you there.
All right, we love you guys. Thank you for watching this episode of whatever. Bye.
Class.